All right, I want to welcome you all back to a new lecture. We're going to be talking about using neurolinguistic programming to change your limiting beliefs. How to actually stop your self-limiting beliefs and eliminate them. And this is a topic that I can get very mad about and very passionate about because I believe that each and every person has greatness within. That each and every person, that the only limits that we have in our lives are limits that we create. And I want to put a huge emphasis on this lecture because if you didn't get anything out of this course, not one single thing, but you can take one method out of this lecture and apply it to change your beliefs and change your belief system and start believing in yourself and in the greatness that you have within you, then I did you a huge favor. Because then you're gonna see your real potential. You're gonna see that everything you've been accustomed to, everything that you've been doing for the longest period of time in your life, that you've been just doing that because you've been limiting yourself by your own beliefs, by those self-limiting beliefs. And once you break free, you will unleash a version of you that you've never seen before. So let's talk about it. The first method you can try is to first identify negative statements you say to yourself or negative beliefs you currently have about yourself. Now, this can be anything from very simple thoughts and statements where you say to yourself, I'm no good at math, I can't write, I can't focus, to more severe statements like I'm a failure or I'm a loser or I'm not going anywhere in my life. And instead of saying those statements in the present tense, pick up the habit of using the past tense when you ever use those statements. If there isn't a power on earth that can make you believe that you're not a failure, that's okay. Just pick up the habit of saying what you're saying in the past tense. Say, I used to be a failure. Whenever there are thoughts creeping on you that's saying I'm a loser or I'm a failure, just say, I was a loser. I was a failure, but I'm not anymore. And don't just say it, embody it. Feel yourself saying it. When you say to yourself, that was in the past, it was in the past, leave it at the past, and then ask yourself, who do you want to be in the present moment? Who do you want to be today? Who do you want to be tomorrow? And who do you want to be for the rest of your life since this thought or this statement is now a part of your past? Now, this is a method that you can use and it can be extremely helpful. And I'll give you an example. I have a lot of my clients who come to me saying they don't have a purpose. They don't have a purpose. They can't find their purpose. They want to find something they're passionate about in life and they just can't. And I ask them, well, when you do say that to yourself, what are you really saying? You're saying to yourself that you're currently not passionate, that you're currently not really driven, and that you currently don't have a purpose. So I said to them, if you do that, even if your purpose was screaming at you in front of your face, you won't be able to even notice it because you're saying to yourself that you don't have a purpose, that you don't have a passion. And I said to them, what I want you to try to do is every time you think about this purpose or this passion missing from your life, I want you to say that you're passionate. Say, I used to not have a passion. I used to not have a purpose, but now I am purpose and I am passion and I feel it inside of me. It is me. And I promise you, you'd be surprised by the results. Most of the people I saw after a while, they told me that they found their purpose, that it was right in front of them this entire time, but they were just neglecting it for some reason. And obviously, it's their thought processes and their beliefs. That's what was creating this neglect and this kind of barrier between them and their purpose. And once they changed that to the past tense and they changed how they feel in the present and how they want to feel in the future, everything started to change. Now, the other system that we want to talk about is related to neurosemantic quality controlling. You want to ask yourself, does this thought serve me? Does it serve you? When you say to yourself, you're a loser or you're a failure, does this thought serve you? Does this belief align with your goals? Is it going to get me where I'm trying to get? And then answer the questions yourself. What you're doing is you're bringing all of those thoughts and statements to your conscious awareness. And once your conscious awareness steps in, you can use your logical interpretation to wave the problem away. And I promise, as soon as you try it, you're going to notice a difference. When you have a limiting thought or a limiting belief, just pause for a second and ask yourself, does this thought serve me? And you're going to get the answer. It's a big fat no. It doesn't serve you. It's not going to serve you to say to yourself that you're a loser, you're a failure. Then ask yourself, does this belief align with my goals? If you want to get a promotion, or you want to build a multi-million-dollar company, or whatever you want to do, you want to have a healthy relationship, does this belief align with your goals? And again, the answer is a big fat no. Is it going to get you to where you're trying to get? No. See, as soon as you answer the questions yourself, you bring it to your conscious awareness, and you have this moment of realization that you're gonna start asking yourself, why am I contemplating upon these thoughts if they're not gonna help me in any way possible? And the second thing is to use a resourceful belief establishment. Now, once you establish that and you brought it to conscious awareness that those beliefs and thoughts don't really serve you, don't align with your goals, you want to ask yourself, well, what belief do I want to have? What belief would serve me and help me? And once you identify the belief or thought, ask yourself again to reaffirm it. Ask yourself, is this really the belief that I need to get to where I'm trying to get? Is this really the belief that I deserve, that I want? Is this the belief or thoughts that are going to serve me? And if the answer is yes, don't just stop there. Embody it. Embody it as in, if the negative thought or belief is you're saying to yourself, I'm a loser, I'm a failure, what's the opposite? What's the belief that you want to establish to get to where you're trying to get? Well, you want to say to yourself, I'm a success. I'm an amazing human being. And don't just say it, embody it. When you say to yourself, I'm an amazing human being, feel it. You got to feel it inside of you. When you say it, embody it. And as soon as you embody it and you feel it, you're going to feel the difference on an emotional and chemical level. You're going to feel that you're just feeling maybe a bit better, if not a whole lot better. And as you repeat this process, not only does your subconscious brain get accustomed to it, but also your subconscious brain. The more you do it, the more your subconscious brain gets accustomed and used to it. And before you know it, this one simple exercise changed your entire life. Now, the last method I want to talk about, and it's probably one of my favorites, is called the mirror technique. And I really hope you're taking notes of all of that. So, how does it work? Well, first off, you want to figure out 3 major negative beliefs, or maybe one, or maybe several, but not more than 3 when you first do it. And ideally, when you're first doing it, you want to start with one negative belief that you currently have. Then you want to close your eyes and imagine yourself in front of a mirror. And this mirror is a projection of your future. So you stand there for a second and you look at the mirror and you can see your reflection. You can see your reflection, so that sends a subconscious message that this is you. You're linking the image in the mirror to you, and then you start projecting your future into it. Now, the second thing is, as you look in the mirror and you see how your future would be like if you keep contemplating the same beliefs. Now, if you keep saying to yourself, I'm a loser and I'm a failure, see how your life would be in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years, etc. Watch it, see it, feel it. Is that what you really want? Now, the third step is to relax. Get up, take a deep breath, and identify the beliefs that you would rather have in your life. Now you want to repeat the process. Sit back down and look in the mirror and see what your future would look like if you start engaging with those new beliefs. And ask yourself, what beliefs do I want to allow in my life? And how do I want to truly live my life? And how do I really want my future to be? And you'll get the answer. It's not the future that you saw when you first did the exercise. It's not the future that you projected in the mirror when you were thinking about your negative thoughts and beliefs. It's obviously the future that you saw when you were saying to yourself, the right kinds of beliefs and the right kind of thoughts. And this makes all the difference. Now, all of these methods that I talked about, they work better through repetition. When you first try it, you are going to notice a change on a physiological and psychological level. But if you don't repeat and reinforce, it might fade away with time. So what you want to do is repeat, repeat, and repeat. Because usually beliefs and thoughts are deeply embedded into our subconscious brain. And it is only through repetition that you can start overcoming them.